Right, people want to know, how did I become a flat earther? And honestly, the question itself is a little funny to me because I didn't become anything. I just followed a question. It was 2016, 10 years ago. Someone sent me a video about the flat earth. I had literally never even heard of this idea in my entire life. I genuinely believed that the last people who thought the earth was flat were sailing around in the 1400s. That's what school taught me. Columbus proved the earth was round. Case closed 500 years prior. So I watched the video and I'm sitting there going, what the actual hell is this? I walked around for an entire day, maybe a few days, like completely unsettled. Not convinced, just unsettled, because some of what they were saying I couldn't immediately explain away. Like, wait a minute, the earth is flat? So I started looking into it, and I found something that sent me back to the globe. Then I found something that sent me back towards maybe the earth is flat. I went on for an entire year just investigating in it and researching it back and forth, genuinely uncertain. Some days I was convinced maybe it's a ball. 3 days later, something would flip me back. I was not biased towards anything. Whatever the evidence pointed to, that's where I was at. The Southern Star Trails almost ended it for me permanently. I thought there's no way that a flat plane can explain stars rotating around a southern pole. I was ready to close the book on the flat earth, but instead of just accepting that, I couldn't just explain it. I kept digging and digging until I understood how this is possible. And I found an answer, just like I found an answer every single time for every single question for that entire year. And what that year proved is I didn't care which side I landed on. I wasn't defending flat earth. I wasn't defending the globe. I just wanted to know what was actually true. And that's the only thing that matters to me. I don't care if Earth is a triangle or a hot dog, a square, a pizza. I don't care if it's a donut. Growing up, I was obsessed with space. Gravity specifically. I used to lie in bed thinking about what would happen if gravity just stopped working. I'd look around like whatever room I was in and think about like what I would grab onto, and everything started floating away. The furniture, the walls, people. Who would I be inside? Would I be lucky enough to be inside when the gravity just stopped working? Hopefully I'll be inside. Because if I'm outside, what am I grabbing onto? The tree? What if I'm not next to a tree? Oh my god, gravity's gonna give up. It was like constant anxiety. Like, oh my god, you have to trust gravity. That was not the way to be. It wasn't just curiosity. That was genuine anxiety, a low-level dread that I carried around for years because the model I believed told me I was living on a random rock held in place by an invisible force in the middle of a lethal vacuum. And that force could theoretically just stop. The sun's gravity could just give up and we'd go fly into nothing and everyone would just die. I mean, I didn't trust the system, but I believed the model. And that combination is genuinely stressful. When I finally worked through all my questions and landed where I landed, that anxiety went quiet. What I live on is not an accident maintained by a force that I can't verify. It's a self-perpetuating electromagnetic system that's been running the same circuit since before anyone alive or in the past can even remember. I trust it now, not because someone told me to, because I followed the evidence until I understood the architecture. So, people come to me and say, sometimes, some people come to me and say, show me the truth. And I show them. Sometimes they say, holy shish kebabs. Sometimes they just tell me I'm crazy. You know, I'll get 500,000 views on a post and I know 1,000 people are calling me stupid. That's fine. But what school got to do with anything? I learned the same things you learned in school. I just found out later that some of it just is not true. It's not verifiable. So I don't care what the shape of the earth is. I care that I deserve the truth, and so do you.